Do I know you?
No, sir.
What's your name?
Taplow.
Taplow. No, I don't. You're not a scientist, I gather.
No, sir. I'm still in lower fifth. I can't specialize until next term. That's to say, if I've got my remove all right.
Don't you know if you've got your remove?
No, sir. Mr. Crocker Harris doesn't tell us the results like the other masters. Well,
Why not?
You know what he's like, sir.
I believe there is a rule that form results should only be announced by the headmaster on the last day of term.
Yes, sir. But who else pays attention to it except Mr. Crocker Harris?
I don't, I admit, but that's not criterion. So you have got to wait until tomorrow to know your fate, have you?
Yes, sir.
Supposing the answer is favorable, what then?
Oh, science, of course, sir.
Yes, we get all the slackers.
I'm extremely interested in science, sir.
Are you? I'm not. Not, at least, in the science I had to teach.
Well, anyway, sir, it's a good deal more exciting than this muck.
What is this muck?
Aeschylus,
And your
sir,
considered view is
the
that the
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon is muck?
Well, no, sir. I don't think the play is muck. Exactly, I suppose, in a way, it's rather a good plot. Really. A wife murdering her husband and all that. I only meant the way it is taught to us. Just a lot of Greek words strung together and 50 lines. If you get them wrong,
You sound a little bitter, Taplow.
I am rather, sir.
Captain, eh?
No, sir. Extra work.
Extra work? On the last day of school?
Yes, sir. I might be playing golf. You'd think he would have enough to do anyway himself, considering he's leaving tomorrow for good. But oh no, I missed a day last week when I was ill, so here I am. And look at the weather, sir.
Oh, bad luck. Still, there's one comfort. You're pretty well certain to get your remote tomorrow for being a good boy and taking extra work.
Well, I'm not so sure, sir. That would be true of the ordinary masters, all right. They just wouldn't dare not to give a chap a remove after he's taking extra work. But those sort of rules don't apply to the Crocker. Mr. Crocker Harris. I asked him yesterday outright if he had given me a remove, and do you know what he said, sir?
No? What?
My dear Taplow, I have given you exactly what you deserve, no less, and certainly no more.
Do you know, sir? I think he may have marked me down rather than up for taking extra work. I mean, the man's hardly human. Sorry, sir. Have I gone too far?
Yes, much too far.
Sorry, sir. I got carried away.
Evidently, Taplow.
Yes, sir.
What was that Crocker Harris said to you? Just repeat it, would you?
My dear Taplow, I have given you exactly what you deserve, no less and certainly no more.
Not in the least like him. Read your nice Aeschylus and be quiet.
Aeschylus.
Look, what time did Crocker Harris tell you to be here?
6:30, sir.
Well, he's 10 minutes late. Why don't you cut? You could still play golf before lockup.
Oh no.
I must admit,
I
envy
couldn't
him.
cut.
The effect he
Cut the
seems to
clock.
have on you boys
Mr.
in the form.
Crocker Harris,
You all
I
seem scared to
shouldn't
death
think
of him.
it has
What
been
does he do?
ever
Beat
done
you
in the
all?
whole time
Or something
he has
else?
been here. God knows what would have happened if I did. He'd probably follow me home or something. Good Lord, no. He's not a sadist like one or two of the others.
I beg your pardon.
A sadist, sir. is someone who gets pleasure out of giving pain.
Oh, indeed. But I think you went on to say that some other masters.
Well, of course, sir, they are. I won't mention names, but you know them as well as I do. Of course, I know most masters think we boys don't understand anything. But, sir, you are different. You are young. Well, comparatively. Anyway, and your science, sir, you must know what sadism is.
Good lord, what are our schools coming to?
Anyway, the croc is not a sadist. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't be so frightening if he were, because at least it would show he had some feelings. But he doesn't. He had all shriveled up inside like a nut, and he seems to hate people to like him. It's funny that I don't know any other master who doesn't like being good.
And I don't know any boy who doesn't use that type of his own purposes.
Well, it's natural, sir, but not with a croc.
Mr. Crocker Harris.
Mr. Crocker Harris. The funny thing is that in spite of everything, I do rather like him. I can't help it. And sometimes I think he sees it, and that seems to shrivel him up even more.
I'm sure you are exaggerating.
No, sir, I'm not. In form, the other day, he made one of his classical jokes. Of course, nobody laughed because nobody understood it, myself included. Still, I knew he had meant it as funny, so I laughed. Out of ordinary common politeness and feeling a bit sorry for him for having made a poor joke. Now I can't remember what the joke was, but suppose I make it. Now you laugh, sir.
Taplow, you laughed at my little joke. I noticed. I must confess that I am pleased at the advance your Latin has made you, since you readily have understood what the rest of the form did not. Perhaps now you would be good enough to explain it to them so that they too can share your pleasure.
Come along, Taplow. Do not be selfish as to keep a good joke to yourself. Tell the others. Oh Lord. Oh, hello.
Do you think she heard?
I think she did. She was standing there quite a time.
If she did, and she tells him, there goes my remove.
Waiting for my husband. He's at the grocer's
yes,
and might be there quite a time. If I were you, I'd go.
He said, most particularly, I was to come.
Well, why don't you run away for a quarter of an hour and come back?
Supposing he gets here before me, then?
I'll take the blame. I tell you what, you can do a job for him. Take this prescription to the chemist and get it made up.
All right, Mrs. Crocker Harris.